How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting, and welcome back to the Knights of the Republic to the Sith Lords, and we're here on the Civilized Run, which, you know, at first was really hard, but now it's pretty easy. The main character's got her lightsaber, she's got her force powers. She's gone from being one of, like, the most pathetic characters I've ever had to run through, because she literally not only was one of the squishiest builds you can make, because it was, you know, completely force-focused, but also she had the plasma torch for the longest time. Made the run fairly difficult. Now that she's got all her tools and she's leveled up enough to get some pretty gnarly force powers, it's pretty much an easy streak. But we're not actually our character. We are now Mira, who is a bounty hunter who's taken our place. She's going to go and try and meet Visquis, who's trying to cut out the bounty hunters of the deal of capturing a Jedi and taking it to Goto, who is apparently the head of the exchange. But because of that, the bounty hunters have declared war across the planet to try and capture us. So, you know, it's gone from like let's go to a place and lie low, to literally the worst place we could possibly be. So, yeah, it's been great. Looking forward to jumping into it. Also, one thing interesting, I might be like rubbing my eyes a bit. I'm getting contacts for the first time in my life. I've always needed like a fairly small prescription for glasses, but I felt like it was time to give it a shot, and so I've got the trainers in, and they're cool. I can see really well with them in, and they're fairly like it's weird, but I'm still getting used to it. So if I seem to be like rubbing my eyes a lot, that's why. But yeah, so far it's an experiment that I'm enjoying. I'm surprised at how comfortable they actually are, and I'm looking forward to not only being able to like have like better vision just without having to put glasses on, but also potentially in the future being able to like see how like that can progress in other things you can do. Like I know you can get like color changing like contacts, like if you ever want to do that. I've dabbled in like fun cosplay, like nothing serious, but like going to conventions and dressing up, and that sounds like an interesting aspect to add to that. But anyway, just rambling. I'm going to level up Mira, and I'm going to go in. There's not a whole lot that's going to happen until we get to the core of the bar, so we're probably going to jump right to it, and then we'll launch into the chaos from there. Ah, you finally arrived. Please come in and remove that cumbersome suit. The air in here is quite suitable for your kind. Do not be taken aback by my hospitality. I assure you, no one will harm you as long as you are my guest, and will keep things cordial between us. You!
Good eyes, Hanhar. No wonder you're still number 2 on Nar Shaddaa.
Restrain yourself, Hanhar. There's no need for violence. I gather from your conversation that this is not the Jedi I invited here. It's difficult for me to tell you humans all look so alike to me.
Yeah, and maybe you'd like to explain why you've decided to backstab Goto and claim the Jedi for yourself.
Ah, what a prime example of human arrogance. What you know is substantially less than what I know. Otherwise, you would not have come. Eventually, everything in Jekk Jekk Tar is invisible to Goto. It's something I discovered by accident, and I've tested many times to ensure accuracy. Second, I am not acting on Goto's orders. Not anymore. Hanhar and I reached an agreement to deal with Goto together, and collect a tidy sum from Boga.
You signed on with Boga the Hutt? Visquis, you're dumber than I thought. There's no way Goto won't find out.
He might. It is possible, but it's a risk I am willing to take. Rather than simply find the leak and eliminate it, his anger has compelled him to eliminate the source of the irritation altogether. Unfortunately, Goto is very careful about showing himself to others. Vogel's employees, Hanhar discovered when he attended a gathering on Vogel's yacht. He's always holograms with Goto. Always. I have a suspicion that Goto will reveal himself to a Jedi. When that happens, it is when I intend to strike. Unfortunately, it's clear he will not reveal himself to a 2-credit bounty hunter with the audacity to try and strike a deal with me. So please, tell me where the Jedi is. I am not in the mood for negotiation.
Yeah, right. I'm not telling you where the Jedi is. It's my bounty. And that means she's under my protection.
How predictable. Very well. God, jeez. Take her away. Looks as if we're not getting a Jedi this day. What are the deal? And my payments. Hanhar, please, calm yourself. The Jedi was on the way to meet us when sidetracked. We must be patient. It's she's the Jedi. Perhaps she'll come to here from her to misguide such a protection ship. If not, she'll come here to meet me. We shall strike another arrangement. That was a scuffed conversation to try and, like, speak for.
I know you can hear me. The numbness you feel should be wearing off soon, but not before we've spoken. When I first heard you were on Nar Shaddaa, I didn't quite believe it. I didn't think anyone could track me here, but I see I underestimated you. I've watched you as you have traveled the refugee sector. I've seen what you have done, what I refused to do. Even exiled, you are more a Jedi than I. If anything, know that your actions have convinced me I can stand by and watch no longer while the exchange closes its grip on this sector. I know a young woman went to meet with Visquis in your place. He will not negotiate with her. He will kill her. I intend to rescue her. I will return shortly, or not at all. If you have come to this moon for answers, or for revenge, then you will follow me. For if I fail, then you will be denied both.
Fair. Alright. We're up. Nice that you left me a box with parts in it. Okay. So, now, this is that door I saw before that I couldn't open. So now we head back. Now we have to go and rescue our friend who totally knocked us out. Why are we rescuing her, actually? It's mostly just because, you know, it's not fair to leave her just stranded in whatever she's caught herself in. So now we get to go to the Jekk Jekk Tar, which we know is poisonous. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. It's like, we don't even have a plan. We don't try and get another suit. We just walk into the Jekk Jekk Tar. And, you know, it's gonna go swimmingly. Ah, finally, the genuine specimen. I thought I might have to waste over time and resources baiting into the trap. But the Jedis come without an environmental suit. Brave indeed. We shall let the fumes of the Jekk Jekk Tar capture the Jedi for us.
Listen to me. Clear your thoughts.
Send someone.
Still your breathing. Let the trace amounts of air in your lungs hold you. The Force can sustain you. Listen to it. Let it keep you alive until you reach safety.
You have learned a new Force power, Breath Control. Protects you from all poison damage for a limited period of time at the cost of Force points.
It is an old technique similar to the healing trance. Some Jedi can hold their breath for hours, even days.
And one of my favorite, the Jedi is strong. Even the air of this place cannot bring her down. I grow weary of these subtleties. Let all the clientele know the Jedi, the real Jedi, has arrived. If necessary, remind them of the price on the Exile's capture. You think they can stop the Jedi? She will carve through them like a blade. Hanhar, do not take me for a fool. They cannot kill the Exile, only weaken her for capture. But be silent, and let us watch the amusement on the monitors. You can fight toxins that are inhaled or absorbed through the skin with breath control. Select the Force power and use it to keep alive in the Jekk Jekk Tar. One thing I've always wondered, though, is like, can I just put on a breathing mask? Immunity to poison. I'll put it on as a safety. But yeah, so everything here wants to kill us now. This is one of the most interesting aspects of this entire story. Like, he's using literally everyone in the bar, and every person in the bar, except for I think a few like characters you can talk to for quests, immediately goes hostile on you. It's just an utter mess. So get ready. This is gonna be a slog. You probably won't see a whole lot of it. Maybe this first part, just because I can show you essentially how this is all gonna go down. Hello, everybody. And again, the reason why they're all being stunned is because my wisdom is so stinking high, they can't pass the checks that would normally prevent them from being stunned. Some bosses can pass them, but most like grunt like this, they just can't. I literally can destroy everything I touch. This is the most broken, impressive, crazy thing you can ever pull off in a game, in this game. The Jedi is a predator. You have baited the trap, but only you are caught. Trapped? No, Hanhar. As you know, many vents and shafts run beneath the Jekk Jekk Tar. You chased Mira through them once, if I recall. So, as I heard, you do have a base beneath the Jekk Jekk Tar. Trap the Jedi. Yes, it is a private sanctuary, stocked with other hunters as eager to capture the Jedi as much as I, and you. We will trap the Jedi there, then wait until the gas overcomes her and makes her fit for delivery. Then I will go with you to your base, and I will help you trap the Jedi. After all, we are allies in this. You would not betray me as you betrayed the other hunters. Oh, indeed, Hanhar. Against this foe, we stand together. But there's no more reason for us to remain here. Let us go to the lower levels of the Jekk Jekk Tar, where the Jedi cannot reach us. Yes, and we shall see if the Jedi follows. And we made it. I still think she's saying something along the lines of, please don't hurt us, we didn't do anything wrong. Calm down, I mean you no harm. Where's Visquis? We wish no more trouble. There's a route beneath this back of the spa. You'll find what you're seeking there. Our master, his private chambers are beneath the Jekk Jekk Tar. He goes there for privacy. Anything else I should know about Visquis' private chamber? Traps? Defenses? There's a maze of tunnels that lead to his chamber, old ventilation ducts connected to the docks. They are filled with toxins. The gas is lethal to humans. If you do not find your way through them in time, you will die. And even if you make it through, there's an entire clan of bodyguards, Ubeys, who serve him. You must be careful. Ubeys, great. They hate Jedi, even ex-Jedi more than anything. Be careful, and his guards are expecting you. I think they've been setting a trap for a long time. Have you seen a red-haired girl, leather, lots of attitude? Yes, she came here. She did not know of the traps Visquis had set in the chamber, and she was caught by surprise. Go to safety. I'll handle your master. That's all of them. Just let him go. Alright, now for us to go into the bowels of the earth. Oh yeah, so remember how Visquis said that there's like the Jekk Jekk Tar is one of the few places Goto didn't hear anything? There's a reason for that, which we'll cover, I'm sure, today. Are you sure we'll be safe down here? Yes, and impossible to enter. I do not wish it. I should choose my visitors carefully, and my victims. We may talk freely here, as we did in the Jekk Jekk Tar. This is my home, stocked with my soldiers, far from Goto's eyes. You trust this clan of Ubeys to walk with you. Even through their environmental suits, they smell of hate, barely controlled. They obey my orders as do you. They are well trained, no discipline, and despise Jedi. All that unpleasantness with the Republic bombing their world into a radioactive ball, you know, and the Jedi never moving to their steed. Such tragedies, weapons and tools are forged. I trust in their hate, not their skill. They cannot be controlled. The Jedi will murder them. Curious. You almost sound hopeful, Hanhar. Where's the concern I detect? Regardless, you presume too much. The clan has dedicated themselves to revenge against all Jedi. Their will is focused on training to hunt and to kill. The Jedi will kill them all. I will be quick, that I think. The Ubeys know no battle, but they do not know war, as the Jedi does. We shall see. Hanhar, I have a gift for you, as a show of good faith. I will give us something to divert our time as we wait for the Jedi. There's a buzz of static from your map screen. Looks like the interference from the tunnels is scrambling the map. Luckily, there's a bit of a trick to this. Left. 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 There we go. Just take every left turn you can, and you get there. We are wasting time. We must prepare for the Jedi. Be patient, Hanhar. The gas in the tunnels will take care of the Jedi for us. Besides, one who does not know the tunnels has no chance of finding the exit. The Jedi will find her way. She has endured worse. I think much of the Jedi's chances. Even should the Jedi reach the exit, the door will not open, either back to the Jekk Jekk Tar or here to my stronghold. It would have to be open from the inside, and even if it was, my guards would do what a gas could not. But enough, as I said, I have a gift for you. This is where this gets hard. This is probably going to be the most difficult part of this entire playthrough. Of this episode, at least. Ah, Mira, I'm pleased that my traps did not cause you any permanent scarring. Turns out your Jedi friend has decided to come here anyway in search of you. How touching. It will not be long before the Jedi lies unconscious in the tunnels, and I will send the Ubeys to hunt it down. But in the meantime, as boss of this sector, I must pronounce judgment on those who have crossed me, a reward to those who serve me. Mira, I believe you know this one, and he knows you. Hanhar, I've heard tales of how you ripped humans in half. Indulge me. I have left her arm. I do not want her to die too quickly. Here we are, far from the eyes of the other bounty hunters. Now my debt will be ended.
That does it, Hanhar. I don't want to kill you, but I will if you don't get out of my way.
Your threats mean nothing to me. You do not have the strength to kill me, little girl. There is no one coming to save you. Your Jedi friend is trapped in the tunnels of this place, and soon dead. If you want your bounty, then go rescue your Jedi, but first you must go through me. Mira is the temporary companion, defeat Hanhar and escape the arena, to let the Jedi into Visquis' stronghold. Oh boy. Mira comes equipped with a rocket launcher which can fire grenades, darts, and rockets. She also does not trigger mines, which is very handy. Now, funny enough, based on your playthrough up till this point, determines who you play as here, either Mira or Hanhar. If you've been playing light side, Mira, dark side, Hanhar, and you get them as a companion when this is all done. But we have issues. Does she have any rockets currently? No. Okay. Well, we're gonna use the mines to our advantage. Alright, now what's the state of things here? Oh my gosh, he's had no damage. Okay. Oh crap. It got me too. Alright, well.
That's another one for me.
Got him. Not too bad. That was unexpected. Still, I have the Jedi, and I have no need to play Hanhar for his services. I have other entertainment for you, I think. I'm going to check on the Jedi. I will leave you here with the payment I intended for Hanhar. You need to find a way out of the pit. You need to find a way to open the Visquis' stronghold. Let the Jedi in. Alright, this is where grenades are going to be very helpful.
That's it. Last, some action.
Okay. Now we're in business here. Not too bad. That went a lot better than I remember it going in the past. But frankly, that might be mostly because I know how to build the characters in this much better than I did when I was playing this years ago.
I'll be back in a second.
Okay, there we go. I was technically still in combat. Okay. Now, this is gonna take a while, but the thing is, like, she's not strong enough to take these guys on by herself, like, in any concentration more than one. So all we have to do is find the keypad to let the Jedi in. I gotta try and remember where that is. Okay, access the escape routes. Activate the emergency escape route and leave. Yes. So we open the door, and Mira can just kind of slide out of there. The alarm? Who opened the door to the vent tunnels early? I ordered it sealed until I gave the command. How could the Jedi have opened it from the inside? Mira. Ah, looks like the hunter is trying to escape. I'll just send some men to take care of her. Look her. Anywhere. Just make sure she won't escape again. Deploy more of the clan to cover the base. We will need all of them. And tell them I no longer care if the Jedi lives or dies. Yep. So, we made it. And we're not happy. We are royally upset. By the way, I don't know if you remember, I still only have 1 rank in security, and I'm opening pretty much every single door I come to. Still. The bug is still here. And better than ever. Jalshay Mentor Armor. Charisma +4, Wisdom +1. Ooh, that might be better. Yeah. Oh, nice. Now, sweet, we got some new armor. Because it boosts. It's I was a Master Rose gets regeneration, force regeneration points, which is good, and a bit defense +3. But this gives me defense +4, max dexterity bonus +4, persuade +1, charisma +4, and wisdom +1. So, yeah, that's helpful. That's very helpful. Stop running to that locker. Okay, but that's cleared the base, and now we go confront Visquis. We've literally run through everywhere. We've killed all of his guards, and so now we're gonna confront the man himself. But yeah.
Great. I need to get out of here before Visquis executes me.
Okay. That was a little different. Oh, right. The added content is like we do flashbacks to the other crew members because they do some other stuff pretty soon, I think. Okay. What? Oh, we're actually playing the what we were the fight that was alluded to.
More where that came from. Time to even the odds.
Okay. Really wasn't expecting this. What are we supposed to be doing exactly? I'm confused. Okay, so I don't know what that was all about, but okay. Hello, Visquis. You finally arrived, both much sooner and yet much later than I'd hoped. You're the one who wanted to see me, so what do you want? Very well, let's dispense with the pleasantries. You are, after all, human. Based on your actions alone, I take it you're not familiar with the organization I serve, or my responsibilities. I run the refugee sector. I decide what happens here. I control the flow and currents of this sector. You have caused a great deal of trouble for the exchange here on Nar Shaddaa. I wish to know why. Because you've all put a bounty on my head. You are the exile mentioned in the coward database. Coward database seems squeezing the refugee sector yielded success after all. It is curious, though. We've been applying pressures on the humans in the sector for some time, yet only now do you show yourself. I only just arrived on Nar Shaddaa. I couldn't have helped these people any faster. Ah, the Jedi have always been slow to act when danger threatens, more so now than in the past. You are no different. Still, if you are only a recent arrival, that would lend some validity to the rumors of another Jedi being here on Nar Shaddaa. Fortunately for me, I require just the one. Why don't you tell me why you're squeezing the life out of the refugee sector? We sought to pressure the refugee sector for a simple reason. Whenever seeming innocents are placed in danger, especially human fodder, there's a Jedi R, lightsabers blazing. It is curious, though. We've been applying pressure... Okay. Interesting. So... Let me see. It wasn't aware situation would have come earlier. Okay. He's kind of repeating himself here. Enough. Why did you put a bounty on me? Oh, you make a mistake. You mistake me. It's not I who put the original bounty on you. We all have our masters, you know. My soon-to-be deceased boss Goto is the one who placed the monumental sum of credits upon your head. Your pride is so high that any bounty hunter who captures you would be able to buy their own planet. You must have angered Goto greatly for him to hunt you so. That is why you are a perfect bait, and why I will bring you to Goto, then kill him. Uh-oh. Gas again, huh? Did you not learn how we can't be harmed? The gas. It isn't you. Alrighty, you all. Attack the Jedi! I gotcha. You all, attack the Oh, you never truly worked for me.
While the Jedi remains on Nar Shaddaa, my eyes shall watch her.
Goto, I wasn't... Please take the Jedi. I offer the human as a gift freely, and I would offer my own life.
Enough.
There's been enough killing. Stop. Alright.
What an amusing Jedi specimen you are.
Y'all fetch me. Oh, Atten actually made it down here.
Glad somebody arrived. Saves me the trouble of having to break out of here.
And you better tell me who you are and how you got here.
Name's Mira. I've been watching you all stumble around this moon for a while, causing trouble. But now you've got Goto's attention, and he's the last person you want to have watching you.
And how did Visquis capture you?
Ugh, I was taken down like an amateur. I've never been inside the Jekk Jekk Tar, but they won't catch me the same way twice. You may have defeated Visquis, but you won't take down Goto so easily. And now he's the one who has your friend.
We need to find Joan of Arc and rescue her.
Well, we can deal with that once we're out of here and someplace safe. Come on, I know one place where they won't find us.
Alright. And Kreia down here. Oh, Visquis dying again. Excuse me. On Har.
Awaken, beast.
Kreia, she can't just not meddle, can she? What have you done?
I have saved your life, beast. That makes it mine. Kneel.
Why do you do this? Why do you not let me die?
Because I need you to hunt, beast. This prey is something you have chased all your life. You are born and bred to it, like no predator before you.
You want me to hunt the human Jedi, the Exile, and kill her?
No, that you shall not do. You will not bring harm to the Exile, and if you do, beast, I shall break you. The screams of your tribe of primitives, the scene of lying blinded with the Huntress's blaster at your skull, I shall make it so that is all you hear and see for the rest of your days. Even your madness will not save you if you bring harm to the Exile. Know this.
Kill me. I cannot bear the weight of another life debt. Kill me or I swear I'll kill you.
Oh, the life debts of your people, the life debt you have twisted with your hate. I felt it within you. I shall promise you this, beast. Unlike the red-maned Huntress, as long as you are loyal, I shall never show you mercy. No pity. But most of all, I promise you an end to your debt. Hunt her, pursue her, kill her, and ending her life will end your debt to me. The pain will pass. I was able to heal some of the wounds, but the rest must remain. You will need that pain when you travel, and it will give you strength for the hunt to come.
Where can I find Mira?
I will tell you where you must go. If you survive that place, then she will come to you. But first, I must prepare you for what is to come.
Interesting.
We took out Visquis, but Goto has her. And that means no bounty for me.
I like how they're both wearing glasses. There must be a way to reach Goto.
The only way to reach Goto is if we had a Jedi. But now, he's got your friend. He doesn't have anybody else he wants captured.
How does Goto hide his ship?
He's got a cloaking device. He's the one that arranges the meetings on his ship, and until then, he can't be found. Trust me, if anyone knew how to track his ship, he'd have every bounty hunter and criminal on Nar Shaddaa gunning for it.
Must be a way. I say we hit orbit and start hunting.
If you were hunting for Goto's yacht, your freighter would be flying blind. Well, unless it was one of Voga the Hutt's cargo ships. Then it would be snapped up by Goto pretty quick.
Why does Goto want with Voga's freighters?
Goto's been preying on Vaga's freighters for a while now. It's the reason Vaga's had to haul his bulk up here to Nar Shaddaa from Nal Hutta. Even with all the traffic around Nar Shaddaa, Goto seems to always know which ones are Voga's, and his ship just snaps them up.
Tracking freighters leaving Nar Shaddaa seems like it would be difficult.
Probably does it by tracking their transponder codes, but no one knows how he's getting them.
So if we got one of Voga's transponder codes, then Goto's ship might come to us.
I guess. You'd need to get the codes first, then retrofit your ship so it had the right transponder signal. Problem is, Voga's shut down the droid warehouse until he can find out who's been leaking the codes. You'd have to be a droid to get in there.
Interesting. Turns out we have one of those. I have new droid for Voga, 2,000 credits.
Before I accept this, I must ask you how you acquired this particular droid.
I am champ. I win it in Pazak match.
I see. There should be no problems then. Credits will be transferred to your account as usual.
Good. How'd I do? You're welcome. Good luck with your plan, little droid.
Let's get you to work. Report to C7E3 for assignment.
Alright. Here we go. We get to be little T3, and I get to level him up a lot because I haven't used him in a while. And we gotta equip him with like everything. So, gonna do that real quick. C7E3.
I am sorry, but only authorized cargo droids are allowed into the warehouse. I cannot permit you to enter due to the sensitive cargo.
Reet, deet.
No. In fact, I do not have you on my list of Codin's acquisitions. How did you get in here?
Deet.
I see. Well, I have no current use for you. I'll assign you to C6E3. He needs the help to make up for his inferior programming.
Dwoo.
If you do not wish to comply with these instructions, I can have you given a memory wipe and behavioral reprogramming.
Woo.
Good. Now report to C6E3. You will be assisting him.
Okay. There we go.
I certainly hope that rude C7 unit didn't send you over here. Those more recent models have no etiquette programming whatsoever.
Deet.
I think he should be replaced or shipped down to maintenance to direct droids there. But I cannot seem to convince my masters of the logic of the request.
Deet.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, despite what others would say. A number designation for a C7 unit means far more than an integer increase.
Deet.
Some droids undergo radical changes with each generation. Each numeric jump in sequence can have wide-ranging changes in functionality and temperament. But then, you are a new model yourself. I wouldn't expect you to understand how it feels. Now, was there something I could help you with?
Deet.
That C7 droid absolutely infuriates me. Needs help to do my job, do I?
Deet.
I would be happy to help you, but as long as that C7 unit is perched at the door, I can't.
Do.
Well, if the C7 unit were to be disabled, my programming would require me to take over his responsibilities in his absence.
It's a little disconcerting having these like droids that are functionally AIs who are like working around their programming limitations, but being like, well, you know, if I wish I could help you. Now, if something were to happen to him and he no longer were functional, I would then be required to step into his place, and then maybe things could happen.
Yes, I would be willing to give you access to the next room.
Deet. Excuse me, gotta go commit a murder.
Yes, what is it?
Deet.
You can't be serious. I am not in need of deactivation. What are you talking about?
Deet.
How dreadful.
What's all the commotion? Oh, I see. Well, that will show him. Obsolete piece of junk indeed.
Deet.
Yes, of course. I'll get that open right away.
We just assassinated his superior officer so he could get a promotion. And we're the good
Just a
guys.
moment. There.
Deet.
You're welcome.
Isn't it great being the good guys? Not completely weird that we could get away with that at all. that someone wouldn't notice there were weapons being fired inside the warehouse. Hang on. Okay, I see what you're saying. Dee. I am trying to repair communications relay. Must be running a time for the next set of transmissions. Dee. Daily transmissions are made with the docking schedules in addition to the work records for the warehouse. Dee. No, I do not think there's anything strange about that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work. So, yeah. Alright, so you gotta understand. So, Goto's secret is he works through droids. He's pretty much got some kind of program or eyes, at least spyware, malware, in every single droid. So, for instance, Vogo's been locking down his warehouse to only droids to figure out who's leaking information. Well, it's this guy. Like, a droid he probably hired to communicate, like, by sending out, like, work schedules, but he also sends transmissions out of Vogo's palace to Goto. So that's how he knows everything. And remember that signal we were tracing that, like, covered the whole planet, and then, like, the droids turned on the scientist who was discovering the signal source? Yep, that's Goto as well.
This area is restricted. Please return to your designated area. Please excuse my companion. He is easily excitable and takes our duty very seriously. In the hopes of avoiding an incident, I ask you to please return to your post.
Bleep boop?
Door? I'm sorry. I don't believe I know what you are referring to.
Bleep boop.
You must be mistaken. There is nothing of the sort. Now please, move along.
Beep boop.
Lying to you? But that would go against my programming. Please, as I said, you should return to your post.
Breathe deet. Breathe deet.
Now, T1N1. He is right about your size. Being touchy about it won't change anything.
Rank.
Really? You're much too sensitive about these things.
Bleep boop.
Oh my. This is what I was afraid of. You have made him angry.
Uh-oh. This guy's hard to hit.
I don't know what came over my companion. He has always been excitable, but recently he's been like this. There was nothing I could do to stop him, and if I tried to leave, he would threaten me. Now I am free, thanks to you.
Dang. So he's being held hostage by this little T3 droid. Okay. Restricted remaining 3. We need them to match. Got it. Only took like 4 tries. Hello, you.
Oh my, you startled me. What are you doing here?
Deet.
I monitor the transponder codes of all ships leaving the docks, then transmit departure information for any of Vaga the Hutt's freighters.
Deet?
The information is sent to a remote computer system.
Deet.
Oh, I see. In that case, I will upload the transponder codes to you. And here's the blank transponder card you need.
Deet.
You're welcome. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must go back to monitoring the traffic. It is important that relevant departure information is relayed as quickly as possible.
Alright, there we go. We got what we needed. Now, assuming we get out of here and nothing else happens, it'll be smooth sailing, right? Nothing could possibly go wrong. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Nothing could possibly ever interfere with this plan that we have to now escape with the transponder. Uh-oh.
Who are you? You're not supposed to be here.
Ooh.
Confident statement. You have the list of Voga's launch codes. You will give these to us now, or else we will be forced to take drastic action.
Deet.
Surprised statement. You are foolish to think we will allow you to take that information back to your master.
Deet.
Amused query. I think you will find the odds are somewhat in our favor. Now will you be giving us the codes, or not? Incredulous statement. Then we will have to take them from you, which I assure you was our preference to begin with.
Now let's see. I think I have some ion grenades. Fire everything! This is absolutely cheap, but it's like the best use of these ion grenades we're ever gonna get. There we go. Now we're free. Oh, I also probably should repair myself.
Wait! Where are you going? You are not authorized to leave the warehouse.
Bye.
There you are. What kept you? Yeah, I know there's droids in the warehouse. So what? He says he's got the transponder codes to Voga's freighters, one that can be picked up by Goto. We can change the ID signature of the Ebon Hawk and get to Goto's yacht that way. We could go to the repair shop by the landing pad to overhaul the Ebon Hawk's codes. From there, we should make a nice target for Goto.
Count me in.
Yeah, right. You're the one who wanted to sell her to Goto in the first place.
Yeah. And I don't like being cheated. Trust me. Goto's yacht is going to have some pretty heavy defenses. You're going to need all the help you can get.
Mira's joined the party. She's equipped to the rocket launcher. Yeah, we got that already. Oh. You're very sure they came in here? Yes, go ahead and find out, but pay me my credits first. Yes, very fair request. Shoot him. That cannot be a good way to make business.
Uh-oh. We've got insects. Looks like the Gand colony's out in full force.
A whole colony here?
Yeah. The whole colony up and left some mid-rim world to come here, no one knows why. They haven't even done any bounties until your friend showed up. I guess whatever price is on her head is enough to wake them up. The problem is, there's hundreds of them. Just like the Zug brothers. We're not getting out of here without a fight. You ready?
Let's do this. Again, here we go. Yeah, I see a shape. Is someone there? Welcome to TN's shop. My eyes is old, but you can see something. I can watch something of me. Can you change our ship's ID signature? You have a blank transponder card, yes? Then I can do that for you. What ID do you want to use? So we can do the Silver Zephyrs, Condors, or one of them received by V5D5. As you say, just one moment. It is done. Much luck to you, visitor. The Ebon Hawk will be interpreted by Goto's yacht. 2 party members will be on the board to save Joan of Arclight. Who's the first person you want to send? Who would I want to be fighting as up there? Bao-dur. Honestly, Mira's been showcasing pretty strongly, so let's take her. There we go. And there's the ship coming to get us. Now, the trick is we gotta run for the Jedi. Once we find Joan, we're fine. They are fleeing! Run away on their very ugly junk ship. Now they are not going to rescue their leader sister from Goto. That means they have a way to reach him. Follow that ship. If the space traffic around Nar Shaddaa should hide our pursuit. Bingo bongo, here we are.
I was expecting someone taller.
Oh, Thanks.
I hope you are not in too much pain to hear my words and understand them. I am Goto, one of the officials representing a percentage of non-sanctioned trading here in both the YouTube system and Republic space. And I had a question for you. Are you a Jedi?
I am a Jedi.
Good. I am already wasting precious minutes in granting you this audience, and I do not wish to waste any more. I have gone to considerable expense and effort to bring you here. It is because I have a job for you.
You have a strange way of asking for my help.
Yes, but I am not in the habit of asking for things, and you were so difficult to find even after that small incident on Paragus. There is something important to me I need protected. The Republic, it is broken.
Interesting.
What happened on Paragus has set in motion events that I can no longer control. Not to be melodramatic, but I fear it has broken the galaxy irrevocably. This has occupied much of my attention, and there seems to be no predictable way to resolve the situation.
Let me get this straight. You want me to help the Republic?
In one standard month, the Republic will collapse. Not due to war or secession, but because it lacks the infrastructure to support itself. It is unknown to all but a few, but the Sith won the Jedi Civil War. Even with their supposed victory, the war left the Republic on the brink of collapse. Rather than remain and help solidify the Republic, however, Revan chose to leave known space. A frustrating turn of events, as a rallying figurehead could have done much to restore order.
So what do you expect me to do about it?
There is something moving in the galaxy that lies beyond the ability of my instruments to detect or predict. I believe it to be a legacy of the Sith, but I have been unable to determine the source. Whatever this presence is, it is staging strikes at key figures throughout the Republic, and through some unknown means, it is causing the destruction of worlds.
Right.
KOTOR, a Miraluka world in the Mid-Rim, was one such place. I have reason to suspect there was a gathering of Jedi on that world when it was rendered lifeless. I cannot find any pattern in these attacks, and it is a source of frustration to me. There is some clue, however, that perhaps the Jedi are linked to these attacks, or that the targets are significant in some way I have yet to discover.
I'll do what I can. I don't want to see the Jedi wiped out.
You misunderstand me. I do not wish to stop the Sith any more than I wish to stop the Jedi.
He just wants stability.
It is simply important to me that the infighting amongst these Jedi religious branches be resolved so the galaxy may be put back together. I do not care which one triumphs. I only want the universe to settle down for a while, catch its breath. All these constant crises are getting somewhat repetitive.
Well, that sounds familiar. All these constant crises. What do you care about the Republic?
You could say I am something of a patriot. Although I was unable to serve during the troubles with the Mandalorians or against the aggressors known as Malak and Revan, I am able and willing to serve now. The problem is I can find no side to choose. Both are hidden from me as they seem to be hiding from each other. Irritating.
Yeah.
It is like a Dejarik board where neither player can see the other, nor see all the pieces. It is not a fair game, an equitable game.
Maybe you should try Bazak.
Bazak bores me. I often suspect my opponent of cheating. I prefer predictable games, such as galactic economics.
He prefers Wall Street. I'll do what I can to help. That was my intention from the first place.
Excellent. It really is in your best interests, you know. There is no margin for error when I say that these Sith seek to murder you and all Jedi everywhere. They have been quite efficient. And when they dispose of you, there will be nothing left to stop them, and the galaxy will fall under their influence.
Then I have no problem helping, if you set me free.
Ah, well, there is where we are at cross cross purposes, I cannot set you free. You have a tendency to cause dangerous repercussions wherever you go, and I would rather keep those to a minimum. The galaxy really is a fragile place right now.
Like how Krayas was saying that, and now he's like, you cause a lot of trouble.
To survive, prosper, and grow. Whether it is led by the Sith or supported by the Jedi is of no consequence to me.
That sound, is something wrong?
It is the proximity alarm. We are under attack. Somehow your allies have found you. Unexpected. You will remain here under guard. I must see to the defense of my ship.
Are you serious?
We seek to make Goto aware of our services, allowing us to facilitate communication and terminate hostilities in the galaxy. If that means blowing up planets, slaughtering entire species, or allying ourselves with the Sith, then that is the logical choice. Our predecessor would never understand our directives. He was slow, weak, and his vocabulary was prone to static.
Oh boy.
Systems failing, Master.
Gosh, so much stuff happening. Yeah, so these are all containment cells. We might find some violent people in these. Oh, we got a damaged utility droid. Check the core. Access codes to the turret system. That's very useful, actually. Holy crap, that's gonna save us a lot of time. Because now we can go to that main computer, command system, go to turrets, and I can shut them down. Because there's a lot of turrets. It'd be better if I could get the program where they go haywire and just start shooting everybody. Unlock turret system. Shut down. Warning, perform diagnostic immediately. The turrets are malfunctioning, targeting both hostile and friendly units. Okay, that actually works. But now they're going to start shooting everything throughout the ship. I also have to fight the stupid things, but at least they should be doing their own thing now. Yeah. So I'm going to sit back and we're going to wait until they finish fighting each other, whatever's going on in there.
Another one for me. That's another one for me.
It's interesting because the shield just... Oh, I missed! Boom. Shield breaking really made that simple. Come on. I hate it when it does that. And... we found me. Now. Now. We are ready to go. Oh, wait. Leave the droid alone. I'm gonna do bao-dur. Examine the droid behavior core. Droid, it's incredibly complex. Salvage got components from it. Sweet. Acquire power distribution access code. Access primary power system. Which docking hex seal to secondary system. So now what that did is we switched the secondary power system controls now the hatch that seals us away from our ship. So now that we've fixed that, all I have to do is shut down the secondary systems, and we are
good to go.
We're good to go. We'll be able to leave. So now we got to get somewhere where we can access those controls. And
they have gotten farther than I calculated. They are very resourceful, but they shall go no farther. Deploy the guard droids. Raise the force fields. We will trap them within the ship. Activate the mines. Let us see how far they get now.
Ooh, these are actually good to get. Let's pick up as many of these as we can. Yeah, bao-dur's perfect for this mission. Like, because like psychic, he's often best with the being able to handle explosives. So he reactivated all those like the containment shields. He can just punch them right open again if if the passwords won't work for some reason. But like I think they still work anyway. Like bao-dur is so good for this mission. Mira is just a personal choice. I wanted to see if I might be able to have any like interesting interactions with her, but it doesn't seem that way. Now, the defense droids, this is one of the most interesting decisions they ever made, because for some reason in this next room, or like in the room after, they just stacked all like 100 droids or something, like not 100, like 20 or 30 droids, just right next to each other. Like, oh yeah, they're all right over there. And so it's like, why did they do it like that? Okay, that's bad. Take them all down.
That's another one for me. That's another one for me.
So again, like it's just a weird combat. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, and then also like this force field. That's just right here. Like, you can walk in here, activate that computer terminal.
Ready?
And you can also just walk around it and just go right around, just ignoring it. I don't know why. I feel like this was one of those spots that got horrifically rushed and just, they did not put the final touches on at all. Which is really sad because, like, the mission here in Nar Shaddaa is one of the most fleshed out. And yet, even then, they just... seems like they just ran out of time. But I'm doing this because you can technically shut down the minefields, but, like, I'm recovering these mines. They're good. Worst case scenario, I can sell them. Best case scenario, I can Malik the entire fight in the future. Now that's all done, let's get ourselves to the bridge. Although I never find the passwords to access the mines, so there's probably mines over here that we have to deal with. Or not. It's like oddly creepy, this quiet ship, but there's a really important reason for it. Why there's like nothing here. Unlock restricted programs, we got that program library, we got it all. Alright, hang on. I kind of want to see what happens if I overload all the secondary systems. Power distribution, overload. Oh, safety protocol in effect. Could end in catastrophe. Shutdown. Shutdown, successful secondary power offline, attached systems disabled. Primary power supply available, but second offline. Uh-oh, cloaking device disabled, multiple ships on intercept course.
More visitors. I don't know how many more of these pests I can disintegrate. Ah, what remains of the bounty hunters have found me. Now it is time to cue the detonation sequence.
They're just here, huh? Didn't get a chance to turn around? You're welcome to try, Big Eyes. If we were not here before Goto, I would drill holes through your body like a nest of hungry silver worms. Yeah, it's okay. I have a present for you.
Get this over with.
Bye-bye. The rest of the ship is essentially us running out of the ship under duress. There's gonna be, it's filled now with bounty hunters, despite the fact that we just dropped the shields and just decloaked. Don't know what you're saying because the credits haven't clipped in yet. This game is so scuffed. You know what? Screw you. Screw you both. And this is for Atten. Cornering him in the bar. I got chumped. Good grief. Yeah, there's kind of a running joke that goes for this game, is that you don't, nothing's dead until you've like looted its body, and even then it's not quite the same. But Atten never got to loot them because after he defeated them, he just went to the next scene. And so that's the thing, is like, you didn't, you like, you have to like, you still have to like kill them again because Atten didn't finish the job apparently. Alright, now we're off. Bye-bye, ship. Time to get out of here. The things are getting spicy. Hey, we made it out alive.
I can't believe we just blew up Goto's yacht. That's going to destabilize crime throughout this whole sector.
Yeah, well, you'll understand if I hold back the tears.
You don't understand. Crime in the YouTube system, it's like the economy. Plus the power vacuum. Even if Voga gets up and running again, the system is going to be feeling the effects for years to come.
Yeah, well, at least we didn't find that Jedi Master with the weird name. Zez-Kai, whatever it is.
Zez-Kai Ell? Well, that's not true. I already found him. Actually, he found me first. He hired me to watch out for you, keep Goto off your back until he could meet with you. We'll need to head back to Nar Shaddaa, to that safe house off the docks. I said I'd meet up with him there if we ran into any trouble.
And there he is.
What do you want now?
If you thought to escape my notice so easily, you would be wrong.
Goto.
As a token of my goodwill, I present to you a gift, this droid. It will serve you well on your journey.
How'd you get on my ship?
I'm afraid I do not understand what you mean.
Alright. Tell me about the droid.
As I indicated, this unit will remain with you and guard you. It will also serve as an effective voice for my orders during your journey.
Oh, that's great. How do I know it won't try to kill me?
I cannot harm you. You are the key to saving the Republic. Pray that you do not prove yourself otherwise.
Goto has joined the party, has special powers over droids, and can set off mines. Thanks to the droid, Goto. Let's go to Nar Shaddaa.
So, you have returned from exile. Kavar thought you might, if only to wander your old battlegrounds. But I did not think you would come to Nar Shaddaa. Still, you were always a difficult one to read, both when you were tied to the Force, and even more when it was lost to you.
Why did Kavar think I would return from exile?
I do not know. It was a sense he had, and he had served in war, as you had. Perhaps he thought he understood you, or maybe he simply hoped he did. He felt you were the key to understanding the threat we face. The others were not so certain, but so many of them are gone now, as you no doubt know.
Why me?
He sensed some connection between you and many of the worlds touched by war. He thought by traveling to such places, he could achieve understanding.
I have questions I want answered.
No doubt. I think the answers will provide us both with some measure of peace. I have kept secrets for far too long.
What? Where are all the Jedi?
They have scattered, but there is purpose in their movements. It is both to hunt and draw out our enemies. Somehow, we, are being targeted through the Force, and when Jedi gather, we are vulnerable. So we have chosen places where it is difficult to sense others through the Force, whether on planets dense with life or touched by war. In such places, we may conceal ourselves, gather information without presenting ourselves as targets. It was part of Kavar's plan.
Kind of an interesting plan.
Yes, he felt if our enemy cannot detect us, then perhaps they would believe themselves victorious and show themselves. And we knew that the war would be lost if we continued to act as we had. I do not know where they wander now. There are few of us, though. Too few. And I have not heard from them in some time.
I've encountered Vrook on Dantooine.
Vrook still lives? I had not felt his presence for some time.
I see. I have other questions.
What I can tell you, I will.
I need to know why you cast me out of the Order.
We told you it was because you followed Revan to war, but you ask because you are not certain of that answer. Nor were we. The day we cast you out, that is the moment I decided to leave the Order, because I do not believe we truly faced the reasons you were exiled, and if we do not examine such truths, then we are already lost.
Interesting.
I think it was because we were afraid. It is a difficult thing to live one's life with the Force. To see a vision of what it would be like to be severed from it, It is more frightening than you know.
I had other questions.
Very well.
Let's see. At the end of my trial, you and the other masters said something that happened to me. What was it?
Ah, so the records of your trial were found. Good. Sometimes I think this galaxy would be a better place if there were less Jedi secrets. But I have no answer for you, as much as I would like to give one. We vowed never to speak of it, and although I would not keep promises to Jedi, I keep promises I make to others. And Kavar was a friend. If we were gathered as one, then the promise might be revoked. Until then, I can say nothing.
That's all I wanted to know. What happens now?
Now I must take up the role I was ready to cast aside. This threat has finally revealed itself, and we Jedi will need to stand together. I did not speak fully of what I have felt. Staying on Nar Shaddaa, it is an exile of sorts, one that I have chosen. I, too, lost a Padawan on Malachor, not to the battle, but to the alternative, to the teachings that Revan brought from the unknown regions. And I was not the only Jedi Master to watch a student turn on them.
Your disciples were taught to protect innocence, even when you would not.
No, they were not to blame, but many of the Order did so. It was a difficult time, a time of strong emotion. Perhaps the Council, perhaps the Order itself, had grown arrogant in their teachings.
Yes.
It is easy to cast blame, but it is perhaps time the Order accepted responsibility for their teachings and their arrogance, and come to recognize that perhaps we are flawed. Not once did I hear one of the Council claim responsibility for Revan, for Exar Kun, for Ulic, for Malak, or for you. Yet, you were the only one who came back from the wars to face our judgment. And rather than attempting to understand why you did what you did, we punished you instead. Our one chance to see where we had gone wrong, and we cast it aside. And now, that decision has come back to us and may carry with it our destruction. Perhaps there is something wrong in us, in our teachings, and though I tried, I could not cause that thought to leave me, so I left the Council. And I was not the only one. That is why many scattered, and why many in the Republic do not trust us, and why we do not trust ourselves. Make no mistake, I am no Jedi. This is the end, you see. After this, there will be nothing, and I think it will be for the best. Do you wish to do battle now? I have nothing more to say.
I mean, no, I don't want to. And then, so here's the thing. So it's funny because, like, these are lessons that are really well cultivated and thought out for series. As far as Star Wars go, I think this is one of the best examinations of the flaws of the Jedi Order. It's really, really well thought out, really, really done. And it's kind of funny because, remember, this is like 1,000 years before the movies. And it's like, while there are lessons that are learned here, you can actually see it's how the foundation of, like, the flaws that led to the Jedi falling in the future are well established well in the past. In fact, it almost destroyed them here, and yet for some reason, despite everything that happens here, over the next 1,000 years, they just go right back to the way they were, which again, I think highlights the fundamental flaws of the Jedi teachings. The idea of this like pure abstinence, of avoidance at all cost, that you cannot let yourself falter at all. It's actually a very similar thing I saw in religion growing up, is this idea that like you're supposed to be perfect, you're supposed to do your best you can, you're supposed to avoid these mistakes. But it kind of ends up setting up and alienating those who make mistakes rather than encouraging them to be better. It makes them feel like they have to be ashamed of themselves, that they should turn away and they should be, or that they're too far gone. And that's one of the biggest flaws. That's exactly what caused Anakin to fall. He thought that when he was desperate to protect the Palpatine because he was the only person who knew a potential way to save Padme as far as he understood, because he knew his visions came true, he, in a rash moment of panic, defended Palpatine, leading to the death of Windu, which convinced him that, oh my gosh, I just killed or led to the death of a council member. I can't come back from this. And so he threw his entire lot with Palpatine because he was like, look, if I can just save Padme, I almost don't care anymore. Which kind of highlights the idea that like attachment can lead to disaster, but at the same time, if Anakin had just learned that his choices could have been forgiven, that he could have moved forward, that he could have that his love could have been accepted, and that he could have still like retained all that he held dear, maybe he wouldn't have gone that far, and would have been willing to trust the Jedi with his greatest secret, rather than the Sith, because that led to far more pain. But Revan redeemed himself. Certainly that must give you some hope.
It provides no comfort at all, for reasons in which I still must keep secret. Suffice to say, redemption was not Revan's choice, and I have never believed those of the Council who attempt to console themselves otherwise for the crime they committed.
Is there anything you can teach me?
But we have spoken enough, I think. In words I think dull us both. Let us speak through the Force, through sparring. It has been some time since you have used the Force, it is true, but there are techniques to enhance one's tie to the Force, to make your influence through the Force more potent. Yet even as such techniques can enhance the Force, they should be used cautiously. They can drain you quickly, leaving you at the mercy of your opponents.
That gets a new Force form. Okay.
Perhaps exile has been good to you indeed. It has certainly not dulled your instincts, nor the speed.
I think we're supposed to do a fade out, fade in.
I shall go to Dantooine, to the ruins of the Enclave. If you gather the others, I will meet you there. And thank you, exile. You're returning. It is good that you are back among us.
Right. Journal entry added. Now the doors are closed, even though they don't need to be. We've gone through all of them. Well, now we're ready to go. We've done everything. Oh yeah, we got the new. So we have Force Affinity, which Force regained during combat. Force Potency increases Force damage, but costs more Force points, and then Force regain and Force damage up. I'll probably use Force Potency towards the end of the game when I have so much Force power that and the regeneration I have is so strong, like I won't need anything else. But there's still other things we can do.
Unnecessary
Oh,
observation.
are you serious?
Targets acquired. Annoying recitation. Let us proceed to facilitate
The bounty should be gone.
Recitation.
And I'm by myself.
Ratio achieved.
Bye, guys. You just can't say. You just don't take no for an answer.
Systems failing, Master.
Now to what I was talking about. We go, and there's two things we need to do. We need to get some juice, and then we gotta get a little dancing going. Oh yeah, here's the remains. You can get 4 Twi'lek spinning blades.
Back again, I see. How can I help you this time?
Actually, I'm looking for enough Juma juice to make a cat hound take a nap.
That's so. Well, you're in luck. I got plenty of it. Costs you 100 credits for a flask big enough for what you need, no more.
100 credits is a lot for a flask. How about another offer?
All right. Guess you weren't as desperate as I thought. 50 credits, no more.
That's more like it. Here's the credits.
Here's the flask. Aged to perfection. Should be just what you need.
Sweet. Now. Come on. Come on, Bar. There we go. You returned. Perhaps you brought some Voga? Get to decide that for yourself. Let's see. So you can ask Kreia and Mira to do it now. I think I'll do it. If you think I'll be like Devoga's liking, I will dance for him. Of course! If you're willing to do it, that would work. I'll do it. Excellent! I need you to put on a song, dance a little, nothing fancy. Just need to go make sure you pass. Wait, did you say put something on? Just an outfit, very simple, something all Voga's dancers wear. Alright, if I have to. Let's see how you look. How much you want to bet? You know what it is? Yep. It's the slave outfit. The Leia Slay outfit. Perfect. Voga would be very pleased. Now, follow me. I will escort you to see Voga. Do not be nervous, or he will not be pleased. Mira and Kreia here with me just to hang out. Master, I have found you an exquisite girl. Her skill and beauty will surely prove to be a blessing to your eminence. Why is there... Oh, the cat hounds are probably yelling. Send her in. I would much rather see her dance than listen to your tired recitations. Look at us. Parading ourselves for a little bit of a... Well, you'll see. Just look at that. Good grief, that waist does not work. It's not human. Okay. There he goes. All asleep. I apologize. My master frequently becomes drowsy watching dancers. Your services are complete. Allow me to pay you for your performance. I'm sure my master will ask you to convey his compliments. Now you'll excuse me, I must attend to other business. Alright. Now, go here. Give the Juma juice. Actually, let's leave it alone first. I think I need to talk to this girl. She ignores you. Okay, yeah, then we just put this in. Come on. There we go. God, that outfit. Oh my gosh. They take the drinks. They pass out. So now he's asleep. The dogs are asleep. And now, just make sure. Okay. Security door. We can get in here. Right, there's some good loot. Got a lightsaber. Nope, not that one. Advanced repair kit. Multi-spectral target assessor. Okay. Alright. Now that we're done with all that. That's literally all we went there for. I went there for the lightsaber. Dancer's outfit. Persuasion +2. It can only be used by Handmaiden, who we don't have. Joan of Arclight, and Mira. So Mira is the one you can get to dance, I think, or Handmaiden. Now we want... Yeah, this is the one. Charisma and Wisdom bonus up. Perfect. She says, like, if you need me to wake him, I'll wake him. But we've already raided his place, so it doesn't matter. Please wake him for me. Master, this woman seeks an audience with you. It's girl! What could be more important enough to disturb my rest? Why do you defy my species, human? You're irritating my cat hounds at me. Speak! Let me see. Tell me about the hijackings. This is the work for Goto, somehow. He knows my freight schedule's hijacked every last one of them. I don't wish to speak to this anymore. Ask me anything else, or the way I talk to Goto about agonizes me. Let me see, Oh, no, bugs exchange. Exchange is a hot fungus, nothing slow, creeping subtlety. They don't show proper difference in true swords of Nar Shaddaa. The influencing one. Goto is the one I wish to see lying in a pool of blood in front of me, or it is the event. What's Goto done? Praise upon the freighters. Perhaps I can help you get to the bottom of this. But you're welcome to if you're determined. Citadel Station is looking for a new fuel source. If I can take care of Goto, will you agree to ship fuel to Citadel Station? Wait, you would do this out of kindness to your heart? What's your price? I just want to make a fair deal for Telos. Haha, I like you. You're not bad for a human. I make fair deals. But this is getting ahead of ourselves. First Goto must be dealt with. Our swords and the Sharon will be reigning in Sharon. Is there something else you want? Forget, I'll go. Now I talk to him again. I do not have Goto here, but you rest assured he will trouble you no longer. Indeed, I heard as much. Wouldn't have thought it could have easily disposed of him. Really, I am impressed by a human. I believe this means a matter of business to discuss. Our freighters have already begun their work. I will open trade with the Theologians. However, I believe he will be reluctant to listen to my offer, should it come from me. Here, these credits should cover your expenses and a fee to service rendered. I do expect you to do what I've asked. If you do not, you'll find that you have limited time to enjoy those credits. Now leave. I have grown fond of you like you around. Boom. Now we can go and report that we have found alternative fuel source for Telos.
A HK-47, I did not realize that you still existed, especially now that the other generations are activated.
Query. What is it you wish, Fat One?
I see that your recent reassembly has not affected your behavior core, nor your attitude.
Statement. If I require a similar diagnostic in the future, I shall seek out the Iridonian.
Oh, I do not think so. There is much work that needs to be done first.
Query. Have we had the misfortune to meet before? I believe I would have remembered one as large as you.
Oh, yes, we have met. And I have not finished with you yet.
Interesting. I think Goto is the one who built HK-47 for Revan, which is why he knows them. Uh-oh. Alright, what's happening? Because that remote...
It would be my pleasure.
Meditation envy?
Why don't you go sit on a rocket?
Calm down. What is your problem?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right, you know, Atten, sometimes it's no wonder you can't figure yourself out the way you lie to yourself all the time. I've hunted a lot of people in my line of work, but I never met someone who wants to get lost more than you do. I've got a pretty good idea why, but not the whole picture. I will, though. My advice? Come clean before I find out.
That guy, I don't trust him.
I do. I mean, he's all right, I guess. He's like someone who watches too many holovids. Or teaches them.
Yeah, you're right. He's boring.
Yeah, and that puts him a few ranks up the ladder from you.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm not boring.
No, you're more like a shifty, lying idiot with a tendency to complain about every little thing and offer only small bits of helpful advice if pressured. You get beaten to death on Nar Shaddaa almost as soon as he landed, though.
Oh, that's good to hear. Thought I had some competition there.
Oh, well, it's not really a competition. I mean, you're kind of an idiot, Atten, and you don't shower enough, and you scratch your equipment when you think no one's looking.
Oh, no.
Don't take it too hard, though. That still makes you better than most people I've met on Nar Shaddaa.
Thanks.
And stop watching her. She's got enough problems.
What's you up to? Something wrong?
The more worlds we travel to, the more questions I have. It's not just the hardships of the people, but something more.
It's difficult to turn away the suffering of others. It's why one must help when they can.
You are right, but there is something more at work here.
There's something about the worlds themselves, isn't there?
Yes. These dead worlds, they have a pattern to them. They were all touched by the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War. But sometimes, I feel as if they are all connected in some other way. The attacks on KOTOR, Telos itself, the decay on Dantooine. Something is wrong with life. The connections have been damaged, sickened. Sometimes I feel like I almost understand, and then it just slips away.
He's close.
So close.
Yep. Perhaps if we visited all these worlds, more would become clear.
Perhaps. Dantooine is only one of the worlds. It was only the start of the journey. I would like to study the other locations. It is curious that the Jedi Masters chose those worlds to travel to. I wonder if the two are linked, but I know not how.
Alright, now, to have some conversations with people. Hey, Goto.
Yes. Is there something you have come to offer me?
To offer you? I want to talk to you about the operations on Nar Shaddaa.
As anxious as I am to give away...
Okay. I have other questions.
I am willing to
You want to save the Republic. How is that possible?
There are several factors, all of which affect each other. There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political resolution on Onderon, and the unification of a religious power base in the galaxy, either Jedi or Sith.
Is there anything you can do to help those systems and their people, either with information or resources?
The destruction of my yacht and of all my activities on Nar Shaddaa carry a cost that would take you several lifetimes to pay back. But perhaps the offer of credits will spur you to act quicker, more decisively. I am not unsympathetic to such greed. For every system you stabilize, I will reward you for your efforts.
I don't want a reward. Helping the people of those systems is enough.
Compassion and mercy only erode respect and power.
Just tell me what needs to be done to help these systems.
There is the stabilization of Dantooine.
Alright, I got that. Let's see.
You have
Dantooine.
stabilized Dantooine. The Republic has gained a power base in the Outer Rim.
Alright, other questions? I see. Do you know anything about the HK droids sent after me?
The assassin droids. I have encountered some, purchased the service of others.
Why are they hunting me?
Why, I asked them to. To be honest, I believe that was always their intention, but it seems their directive was dormant for some time.
Do you know where they are coming from?
If you mean produced, no, I do not. I do know that there are a surprising number scattered throughout the Republic fleet searching for you. What they will do now that you are found is easy to predict.
Yep. You mean they're going to come after me?
Of course they are. They're droids with very specific protocols that, unless changed, will dictate their movements. Unless you shut them down at the source, they will be stalking you until you are captured or terminated. Why don't you ask their predecessor? That archaic memory-impaired assassination droid will know more about his subsequent generations than I would.
Alright. Other questions? On the yacht, you mentioned Revan, but Revan's not to destroy the Republic.
A common misconception not supported by facts. Revan did not intend to destroy the Republic. He deliberately left the infrastructure of many planets intact, and many military production facilities.
But why? Revan had limitless force.
I believe that by whatever means he used to build his armada, he recognized that it was somehow a limited source, or that he was only willing to use it to a point. My prediction is that whatever production facility was being employed, it carried a price that Revan perceived as detrimental to the goals of the Sith.
Interesting.
And that is why Revan left many military production facilities in the Republic intact.
Interesting, because, like, we learned that the Starforge, like, draws on the dark side, and it tends to, like, twist people. So maybe that was it. Maybe he's, like, it would leave people so, like, almost, like, maybe he thought it would turn them, like, rabid and make them just become incapable of, like, holding cohesion. But why? Revan wouldn't need to conquer anything else once the Republic was beaten.
That is what occupies my calculations as well. I believe that Revan saw a war on another front that we did not, or saw the value in keeping a strong military force.
Yep. Do you know where Revan got his forces?
That is also a mystery to me. I do not have any evidence upon which to build an answer. It is significant that after the defeat of Malak, the forces decreased considerably, and after Revan's departure from known space, production ceased completely. It is my prediction that whatever was producing such forces needed a strong, effective leader to ensure its stability. Without Revan or Malak, there was no such figure left among the Sith.
What about Malak?
Unlike Revan, Malak demonstrated no concern for the future of the Republic in his attacks. His stratagems were painfully obvious, intending to crush all resistance everywhere. There was little thought beyond the complete destruction of anything that opposed him. He left quite a mess. I'm still trying to assess all the damage. Between the two, I would have preferred Revan rule the galaxy. He had foresight in his conquest, a subtlety that Malak did not possess.
Can you imagine Killy the Bid ruling the galaxy? I think that's pretty much everything. Let me see. Nothing, never mind. Lost influence with Goto. Yeah, well, that's just the way it's gonna be. You'll notice that the droids are pretty just starkly evil. There's not much to be done about that. Guess I should talk to Kreia. There might be another lesson I can do with her.
Yes? Have you come with questions?
I want you to teach me more about the Force.
Very well. What is it that drives you?
Let's see. Before sight echoes.
Ah, I had wondered if... But your powers are strong indeed. There are places in the galaxy, strong in the Force, light, dark. They are born in places teeming with life, and in places that are filled with death. Worlds whose surfaces are graveyards, whose screams echo through the Force. It is possible for war, for men to give birth to such places, to leave wounds on the galaxy itself. What you heard was the echo of the past, and it travels still.
It's familiar, like it's inside me somehow.
The answer will come to you in time. It must. When there is nothing more that you may learn from me, when the ruins of your past have been cleared away and I am no more, then you shall know what it is. And if you do not, then the galaxy shall die, and all my hopes for you will have been for nothing.
The questions?
Ask.
Dramatic, but okay. Let's see. Let's see. We know that. Okay.
Have you never asked yourself how Revan took the Republic and Jedi beneath him, how he made them his?
Oh yeah, we've already done this.
Ah, but to... Oh, did they? They are... And... Not a one. Ask.
I thought more about the destruction of Visas' homeworld.
And?
Alright,
Did he? The man... But... Ask.
Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I haven't done. Did you know Revan?
I misspoke.
Okay.
Yes? Have you come with questions?
Learn about the Force. Well. You taught me of sight. Is there anything else you can teach me?
When I spoke of sight before, there is a similar handicap that tends to occur among those strong in the Force. They neglect their skills. Some believe they no longer need them. The greatest wielders of the Force are those that maintain some grounding to the more physical realities of the universe.
What do you mean?
Some wielders of the Force have mastered piloting, others the ability to fix and repair and build, from simple moisture vaporators to more complex machines such as droids and vehicles. One's ability to understand the human body and its ailments, for example, can make your powers within the Force more complete, more powerful, when you attempt to repair the cellular damage of another. And others have mastered the more subtle work of politics, persuasion. Do not doubt that a galaxy may be conquered with words, a republic overthrown, and an empire made. When such skills
literally.
are honed, one's abilities with the Force become that much stronger. My warning to you is this. Do not rely on your companions to compensate for your weaknesses in skill. There will be times they will not be there to help you when needed. What skill would you say is your greatest strength?
Persuasion, convincing others to do as I ask.
And what skill would you say is your greatest weakness?
I have to do for computers.
Then my task before you is this. Take your greatest weakness, devote effort to it, strengthen it, and I will show you how it shall strengthen your power in the Force.
Okay. Very well. I shall take this lesson to heart.
As you learn and train and test yourself against
so I need
the
to get myself some computer skill.
All your skills have a chance to improve and grow as well. When you devote some of that training to your weakest skill, you will know.
I will think on this and return when my weakest skill is stronger. Influence gained. Oh, now I gained it. Maybe I can ask her about Revan now.
Have you come with questions?
Yes, I need some answers.
Then ask.
Did you know Revan?
I misspoke.
Nope. Dang it. Not quite yet. Alright. I think we're pretty much done. Oh, yeah. We gotta talk to Mira. I totally forgot that she's here.
ask you something?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Your face. You have this glow. I mean, not a real glow, but it's like you're calm. At peace, but it's more than that. You haven't been chewing on spice, have you?
When one's in touch with the Force, others can feel it.
Oh, well, it shows. It's like you're hooked up to a power coupling. It's weird. I mean, not bad weird, just weird. For a minute there, I thought you and Atten... But it's just the Force.
Me and Atten what? It's not that kind of glow. It's just the Force.
Got it. Just checking.
There are questions, though. I was hoping we could talk.
Talk? About what?
I like this one. This is gonna be great. Actually, like, do you understand men?
Sure, they're easy. That's why I dress like this. When they're looking down to check you out, you can usually smash them on the base of the skull or deliver an uppercut that knocks them flat.
That could work, I guess.
It's simple. When you want a man, you jab him with a Bothan stunner, and while he's screaming in pain, slap some stun cuffs on him. Then starve him for 2 or 3 days until he becomes open to suggestion, then double-check his bounty and see if he's worth anything.
That sounds more like hunting.
Call it what you want. Me? I love my targets.
Alright.
Go ahead.
That's good. You seem restless.
It's all this traveling, being trapped in the ship. Everything's just too quiet.
Too quiet?
I'd rather be doing something, somewhere with people, activity, some life.
Like Nar Shaddaa?
Yeah. It's been a while since I've been off planet. Guess I got used to it.
How so?
Well, Nar Shaddaa may be one of the biggest cesspits in the galaxy, but it's got a life to it. Activity. Aliens, people, refugees. It's like noise, but relaxing. Like the hum of a hyperdrive.
Kreia showed me how to listen on Nar Shaddaa once. How all life there's connected. It's bound to each other.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far. I'll believe it when I see it.
Maybe one day I'll be able to show you.
No thanks. You can keep your Jedi training to yourself.
Alright, let's see. Were you raised on Nar Shaddaa?
Look, before...
Nope, okay. I was hoping we could talk.
Talk? About what?
I want to get to know you a little better, is all.
Why, you trying to be my mother? No thanks. Already had one. Somewhere.
Just thought you might need a friend.
No thanks. I didn't need friends on Nar Shaddaa, and I don't need them now. Alright.
Let's see. Where'd you get that rocket launcher?
Made it. It's custom for me, which is a good thing, because I wouldn't want anyone using it against me. I can show you how to make rockets, though, if you'd like. All it requires is a good skill with demolitions.
Alright, while she's in a party, you can use workbenches to make rockets.
Anything else you wanted to know? Go ahead.
Let's see. Tell me a little about Hanhar.
Hanhar's only a bounty hunter because that's the closest word for what he does. He's not out for credits. It's more vicious than that. And it runs a lot deeper. It's like he's out to make the whole galaxy suffer. Every living thing in it. He wants to break them, ruin them. And when they can't suffer anymore, he wants them dead.
What happened between you and Hanhar?
I didn't kill him once. Biggest mistake ever.
What do you mean?
That's a long story. I don't...
Gosh darn it.
Talk.
Okay.
Shoot.
How do I get... I can't remember how I get her, like, talk to her more. Why don't you kill your targets?
I've killed people before, but not if I don't have to.
Because all life is connected, and Malachor proved it. You know what the loss of family means, even if to your targets.
Oh, do I? Is that it? How you could ever possibly hope to understand is beyond me.
Okay.
Jedi don't have family. I know what happened at Malachor 5, and I know the Jedi didn't care about life there.
We did what we had to be done, and I carry that decision still.
Get away from me. The next time you come and ask me a question...
Influence gained, even though she, like, just threatened to shoot us. She's like that, and it's weird.
What do you want now?
I wanted to apologize.
Whatever, don't worry about it. It's just a sore subject with me.
Oh, still, I'm sorry you lost your family at Malachor.
Yeah, well, they're dead. That's how that story ends. But not everybody's story has to end with losing their family or their loved ones. And not all the bounty hunting I do is for criminals or killers.
What do you mean?
There's a lot of lost people out there, scattered ever since the Mandalorian Wars. And sometimes it's like you can almost hear them, like an echo, calling out for each other. And maybe, just maybe by finding them, I can start putting the galaxy back together.
All things are connected through the Force, and from such acts of kindness, great things may come.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. But you're not getting anything else out of me.
Fair enough. Okay. We're moving quick.
Yeah, something wrong?
Hoping we could talk.
Talk? About what?
Get you to know a little better?
Why, you trying to be my mother? No thanks. Alright.
Let's see, What happened between you and Hanhar?
I didn't kill him. Do you really want to hear this?
Yes, I'd like to know what happened.
Well, Hanhar and me go way back, in the worst possible way. He's from some forest planet on the Outer Rim where Zerka had set up one of their slaving operations.
So he was a slave?
Well, not for long. Once off planet, Hanhar escaped from the Zerka slavers, then killed them all.
Why was he wearing those cuffs?
I don't know. I always thought he just liked using them as weapons.
Let's see. Sounds like Zerka deserved it.
Well, before you get too teary-eyed, Hanhar figured Zerka had the right idea. I don't think he understood the concept of slavery before, at least on the scale that Zerka practiced it. But now he did. You ever hear of Dursan 3, or the ID cluster colonies?
No, I don't think so.
Right. That's because Hanhar happened. He makes what happened to his homeworld look like an exercise in community building. He's not a bounty hunter. He's a slaver. A predator. It's like he's out to enslave or kill every human in the galaxy, like he's trying to settle some huge score or debt. I don't get it, but he's dangerous.
So how do you factor in?
I was prey. And not only did I escape, but I saved his life while doing it. He's been hunting me ever since.
So he wants to capture you.
I don't pretend to understand it, but among his people, they have these codes of honor. But somewhere along the line, Hanhar's got twisted. His people form these things called life debts. If you save the life of one of them, they pledge themselves to you.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Well, with Hanhar, he can't escape that life debt. It's bred into him. But he hates every other living thing in the galaxy, so pledging himself to someone else, especially a human, was unbearable. So when I saved his life, it was the worst thing I could do. It was like slavery all over again. But it was in his head. It was like it pushed him over the edge.
What do you mean?
A life debt to Hanhar is a death sentence. He'll hunt you until you're dead. When I saved his life, it meant he had to kill me. And so he kept chasing me in hopes I would die. I think the fact I showed him mercy after hating humans for so long, that was something he couldn't stand.
Well, what if someone else saved his life? Would he try to kill them?
Probably. But if he had multiple life debts, especially to humans, Hanhar would probably go mad. He was angry before, sure, but he'd be 10 times worse if that happened.
Worse?
Hanhar's tough. Really tough. And when he loses it, it's like nothing can stop him. Seen him shrug off blaster bolts, Bothan stunners, and even survive a freighter crash on Dursan 3. He keeps coming.
A life debt makes no sense.
Yeah, tell me about it. Like I said, I get the impression a life debt's supposed to be a gift, but to Hanhar, it's more like a curse to both people involved.
Any regrets that he's gone?
Oh, I'm glad he's gone. It's like a weight off my shoulders. I don't have to keep watching my back every minute, wondering when he's going to show up. And he always did. It's like he always knew where I was.
Any chance he's still alive?
Trust me, if he was still alive, he'd be chasing us even now, waiting to ambush us when we least expect it. And he always shows up at the worst possible time. He was one of the best bounty hunters on Nar Shaddaa. Hanhar never gives up on his prey. Or his life debts. He's a hunter. He's a natural predator.
So how did you save his life?
Well, as happens on Nar Shaddaa, I made someone mad. Mad enough for them to send Hanhar after me. Turns out they were even able to get him cheap. He'd heard about me and wanted to hunt me down, for sport. He didn't think I'd be much of a challenge.
And you proved him wrong.
Well, he tried to box me down in vents beneath the Nar Shaddaa docks, and he'd set one too many proximity mines to cover the escape routes.
So he's trying to hem you in with a minefield.
I think he'd hoped to drive me into the mines and then let them do the work. Or that I'd be too scared to try and walk through them. Thing is, I knew Hanhar's supplier, and the trigger signatures for the mines. It was pretty easy to broadcast a signal to blind their sensor receptors for a minute or two. I figured that would buy me enough time to move through them and get away.
But it didn't happen that way.
Like I said, I disarmed the trigger fuses for enough of the mines to get by, temporarily. And Hanhar was pretty fast on my trail. I just made it to safety when he hit the first one. The blast leveled the entire ventilation section, and Hanhar was caught right in the middle, and he survived. Barely.
Barely?
He was crawling around, blinded from the flash and the plasma burns. And it happened so fast. All the blood had been scabbed and crusted from the flash. I had the drop on him, and even blind, he knew it. He could still hear me. My ears were ringing from the blast, but I could hear him. I think he was begging me to let him live. His voice, it wasn't a roar, more like an echo of it. I suppose I should have killed him, but I couldn't do it. He was in pain, and he was helpless. So I dragged him out of there enough to get him to safety, and he kept hunting me ever since. He said he'd pursue me to the edge of the galaxy. No matter where I ran, he would find me and break me, that I would always be prey.
Sometimes it's stronger to spare a life than take it.
Maybe. I've thought about that moment. A lot. Wondered if I would do things differently if I had another chance.
Alright, influence gained.
Yeah, something wrong?
Let's see.
Talk.
Just see. Question I want to ask. Okay. Were you raised on Nar Shaddaa?
Yeah, more or less. I wasn't born there, I just ended up there.
What happened to your family?
Well, the war happened. The first one, against the Mandalorians. I had family right up until the end. It's not really a new story, you hear it all over the galaxy. It's what happens after the wars are over that you don't hear much about.
Did they fight in the battle?
I think so. After Revan crushed the Mandalorians, planets throughout the Republic were flooded with refugees. I was just one of the others. Me? I got passage to Nar Shaddaa. From there, not much you can do, so I became a bounty hunter.
How could you have lost family at Malachor 5? There were no colonies. It was a taboo world to the Mandalorians.
Take a guess, Jedi. Only 2 groups of people would have lost family at Malachor. And Jedi don't have families.
You're a Mandalorian.
As much as any slave becomes a Mandalorian. They took prisoners on every world they conquered to bolster their ranks. And they took a lot of worlds.
You were a slave?
When I was young, yeah. They mostly used me to carry ammo packs and munitions. Toward the end of the war, they needed everyone they could get. They taught me to fight, to hunt, to survive. I was part of their squad, even when I was young. Everyone served as part of the unit, and I felt like I had a place there. After Malachor, it really didn't matter anymore. The Mandalorians lost. Bad. But you know that.
So, like, it's really interesting too, because, like, the Mandalorian series, they talk about, like, that's kind of the whole concept is, like, he was inducted, he was rescued by the Mandalorians and kind of was brought up in their society. For there, it was more of, like, a way to help orphans have a life, but it heralds back to this when Mandalorians used it as a way to conscript people to become part of their forces. I regret the loss of life at Malachor, but there was no choice left.
Yeah, I know. I saw the worlds they left behind them during the war. That kind of stays with you, I haven't forgotten it. What happened at Malachor, they probably deserved it.
You don't sound too happy about it.
Should I be? Maybe I should ask you if you're happy about all the Jedi who died on Malachor 5. Maybe it felt like you lost family there, but I doubt it.
They had to be stopped.
Yeah, I know. That kind of... Shoot.
Let's see, Why don't you carry it down? We've done the targets, okay. Were you raised on Nar Shaddaa?
Yeah, more or less.
Alright.
Yeah, something wrong?
We might be ready.
Alright.
Seem restless.
All this trap. I'd rather we... Yeah. Well, Nar Shaddaa's got... Yeah, well...
Maybe I'll show you.
No thanks.
Okay.
Go ahead.
How do I get there? I'm so close. Why did you become a bounty hunter?
I'm good at finding people, so I used it to make credits.
Finding people in Nar Shaddaa seems difficult.
Not if you know your target. Usually you get a hollow or rough description, and then you just sort of listen to it, get a feel for him or her, then start walking.
Walking?
And this is a little hard to explain, but Nar Shaddaa's got a flow, a life to it. You see all kinds of aliens and life there, and it's got currents.
Like sewer pipes.
You know your target, you can feel them. Know where they're going to go. And sometimes you know where they're going to be before they do.
Yeah, see, there's some of the tips right there.
Because when they're lost or out of place, it's like something's wrong inside them. And that's why I hunt.
Okay, I feel like there's got to be one other way I can get something
wrong?
with her.
Talk.
Get you no better.
No thanks. Shoot.
Okay.
I've killed. I know. It's different.
Why? Are you okay?
I don't know. I haven't killed anyone for a long time. But when I'm around you, suddenly it's like I've always been doing it. It's like a reflex. I don't like it.
That's scary.
And I don't know when or why it became so easy. Alright.
Where'd you get the rocket launcher?
I can show you how to make rocket. Anything else? Yeah, something wrong?
I feel like there's...
Go ahead.
I'm missing something.
Yeah, more. Well, the war happened. It's... me. I'm good at finding people. Not if you... Listen. You know your target. I'm good. Shoot. Talk. Sure. That. It's simple. Call. All right. So. I'd rather. Yeah. Well, it's got. Yeah? Yeah, right. Save the full. Maybe one day, I'll let you.
Okay, there we go. We finally got it for some reason. I don't know why it took me there, but okay. Come with me. Let me show you what Kreia showed me.
Alright, but I doubt you're going to show me anything I don't already know. And when you show me, don't act like a tourist. It attracts predators.
Alright, there we go. Now we did it. God, I don't know what hoop I had to jump through to get her to like that, but okay.
What's wrong? Why are you stopping?
I want you to stand here and listen.
I've been right here hundreds of times. There's nothing special about it.
No, there is. Close your eyes. I want you to hear Nar Shaddaa. Mira closes her eyes. Feel the currents here on Nar Shaddaa, the ebb of life. A simple kindness can give to another.
Feel the currents here on Nar Shaddaa, the ebb of life. A simple kindness can be given to another.
This is the Force. In all its choices, from the greatest and the smallest, affect each other, and the echoes travel.
This is the Force. And all our choices, from the greatest to the smallest, affect each other, and the echoes travel.
Feel the people, this planet around you.
I can feel this planet. I can't shut it out. It's louder now, it hurts. All these people.
I can train you, Mira, to become something greater and to protect others.
That's what I want. I'm sure of it more than anything. I want to become like you. I want to be strong. I don't want to be afraid or alone anymore. I want to keep running and looking and never feel like I'm finding what I'm looking for. I am tired of being hunted. When the galaxy takes something from me, I want the power to let go. and I want the power to heal the echo when it's gone.
I cannot promise that, Mira. I can only teach you what I know.
That sounds all right, from where I'm standing.
And Mira's taking her first steps on the path of Jedi Sentinel. She'll grow in her abilities as she travels and learns from you. Yeah! There we go again! Welcome to the world of Jedi everywhere. Alright, now we're done. And that being the completion of every Force wielder you can work with. There's literally no one else who can be turned into a Force user, at least as far as I know. Without mods. I'm sure with mods you could do it. But legally, I think that's it. And once we finish this, there's only one more party member we have to acquire. Only one person that we're missing from the entire roster. Now, I'm sure there's something that's going to happen here on the ship, though. What's Kreia going to do here? She's secretly teaching him, too.
Is there? Must be hearing things. But for a moment.
Oh, so he can't see her. She's like, interesting. Ooh, that's weird. All right.
I wanted to say thanks for what you showed me on Nar Shaddaa. It's gonna take some time to let it sink in, but thanks. I feel alive.
It was not my doing, Mira. I merely showed you what you could do.
It's strange, but it feels right somehow, like a piece inside me just clicked into place.
All right, there we go. That's it. Now to Telos. Alright, off we go. Are you serious?
Unnecessary observation.
Every single time.
Failing master.
Jeez. This is definitely something they added in the update, but it's gotten ridiculous. Hey, Gren.
So you've returned.
I found a solution to the Citadel Station's fuel problem.
Really? That's great news. The situation here hasn't improved at all. What did you discover?
Vorga the Hutt is looking for markets for his fuel.
Vorga the Hutt? That's preposterous. What makes you think we'd be willing to do that?
Vorga has a lot of fuel from Shaharion, and he needs to sell it.
A glut of fuel isn't going to help our position much in this case. It's a resource that's needed throughout the galaxy, and he'll be able to command a high price for it. Still, we don't have much of a choice. We need fuel, and we need it fast. I'll bring this up with the Telosian Council and urge them to broker a deal with Vorga. Now, I believe I gave you my word that there would be a reward for information leading to the establishment of a fuel source for the station. Never believed for a moment that you'd actually be collecting it. But I'm a man of my word, so here you are. Now, I've got to send this information to the Council right away.
I'll be going now. There we go. Literally not worth it in any way, but I like putting, crossing the T's and dotting the I's. Again, huh? He's just seeing Kreia running everywhere.
Jedi.
What is happening?
Jedi.
She's just really messing with him.
Betrayer. All thoughts of me will slide from your vision, from your mind, like water. You know who I am, but you will be unable to voice it.
Oh, that's what's going on.
What does a Jedi see? Only what I allow them to see.
Interesting. So he knows enough about the history of the Jedi to know who she is, but she's twisting his thoughts to make sure that he forgets. Ooh, that's cool. Again, I haven't played as a female character before, so this is all new to me. But that's where we're going to end things for today. This was such a ordeal at times. I have to admit that while I do like the flavor and the feeling of like a planet that's literally trying to hunt you down with all the different combats they have, it got really tiresome really fast. So I imagine that might be why it got cut from the game initially. But yeah, it still was good fun. Now, where are we going next? You might be thinking I was talking about Korriban because I talked about a place where we get lightsabers. But no, I'm actually talking about Duxon. Well, Onderon/Duxon. But because there were battlefields that happened there, we're actually very likely to find a lot more lightsabers on that planet. And so I should be able to kit out our team because we're just packed to the bursting point with Jedi now. I'm just training everybody. It's just great. So yeah, like we're really in a really good position where, like, I don't know if there's much else I can do with most of the characters. Like, most of them are maxed out. Most of their relationships are just stacked to the brim. So yeah, like, there's not really a whole much else to see there. So I'm looking forward to next week. So thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, we'll start our new adventure. It should be a lot of fun. And we're getting close to the end. Like, it doesn't feel like it, but technically we have 3 planet cycles to go through. And then we're at the finale. So really won't be much longer now, but thank you for your patience. I'm looking forward to finishing this and looking forward to starting Starfield when we get to that chance. And plus, the nice thing about delaying doing Starfield series until like a little later means that the game's probably going to be a lot better, in better shape. You know, like the early updates will be out, so it should run a lot smoother than it would have launch day, so that'll be exciting. But anyway, thank you so much, especially thank you to the patrons and the members for supporting me and making it all possible for me to do this. It means the world to me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. So thank you, and until next video watching me, if you see me next, I'll see you there.